Have you tell her to put it in reverse? Turn. There you go. Well, it's another day. Somebody got stuck out front in the highway, so I had to go and get them out. Now we're back in the garage. It's been a blizzard all morning here. We're finally getting back on the Jeep. I was able to drive it to town. Driving it to town with the fan situation, it's like 40 degrees ambient outside, and it was still running 220 degrees on the highway, which it should not be running that warm. Later in the night, it was like 25 degrees, drove to town again, and it was running about 165. So I don't think there's a thermostat in here. So I picked one up. I'm gonna change this thermostat out. We're gonna put good coolant in here because the stuff coming out of it, well, I think it's just rust and water. It's actually surprising that the block hasn't cracked yet, or I haven't had any issues since this thing's been sitting out in the winter, in the cold winter months. Anyway, so we're gonna get to it. After this, we're gonna change rear drive shaft U-joints because coming back from town, one was screaming. I was worried I wasn't even gonna make it home. So I picked up a couple U-joints. We'll handle that today too. Literally, as I got my gloves on, neighbor called, truck stuck up at the house. So we're gonna go winch them out, and then maybe we can get back and fix this Jeep in the last 30 minutes I've got today. The sun came out, but I don't think we're done with the snow yet for today. The lady we just pulled out, whoa, was over there in a hole. Now we're going that way. One day I'm gonna remember to pull the gear out before I back it in the snow. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I love being stuck. Okay. I can't get your skid steer out though. uh, we're gonna use one of those on your truck, one over here, and we'll use that later if we have to. It's always the Texas plates. I'm just kidding. Normally it's New Mexico. I think that might be good. We'll look that up. Yeah. Saving lives. Oh yeah, we got plenty of line. Okay, ready? Is that easy? It's that easy, man.
not doing this for a living.
Nobody ever calls me to do this, you know? Just... I just got to get myself out, but... Okay, got the neighbor out of the snow, back on the Jeep, trying to the third time's a charm today. We're going to pull this thermostat housing and put a new thermostat in here. I don't think there's one in here. We're going to get a new gasket on it, seal that up, hop underneath, pull the drive shaft out, get these U-joints done. Like 30 minutes. Go. All right. So normally we'd flush this fluid out because there's a lot of rust and crud and nasty stuff in here, but we just simply don't have time at the moment. And honestly, most XJs, doesn't matter how many times you flush it, they got rusty crud water in here. I think it's just from the casting in the block. Let's get these off first. I've already drained the radiator, but still going to lose some coolant here, so I've got a pan down underneath. Nope, nothing came out. Okay. If it seems like I'm doing all this work with a screwdriver and some pliers, it's because I am. All my tools are out in the truck, and there's a lot of snow out there, and I really don't want to unload everything into the garage for this. So right now, just using a Husky tool set, and like I said, a screwdriver and some pliers. The pliers, top notch quality stuff. There we go. Okay, hose is off. Need a deep socket 1/2 inch for this bottom one. Great. Fan's in the way. Come on. You think I'm going to be right? No thermostat? Or maybe it's just stuck open. There is a thermostat, I think. Okay. It's easy. 2 bolts. There is a thermostat in here. Let's take a look at it. 180 degrees. That's, well, it's not the right one. The factory's 195. That's what we're going to put back in it. And it's not stuck either, so that's a little concerning. Okay. Now on the housing, we're going to use a razor blade, gently clean this gasket off. We're going to clean up the block. We're going to slap this all back together. You can stop. Now, took a razor blade, cleaned up the block, and wiped it down nice and smooth. Same thing with this housing. It's just an old paper gasket. It's all cleaned up. So we've got a new gasket. This one looks actually like it has an adhesive on the back side. So we'll pop that on. New thermostat. There. pop the holes out of this. Let's get it lined up. I'm not going to put any RTV on this because this is all still in really good condition. Nothing's pitted or anything. So just make less of a mess and put it on. Well, it hit the ground. Whew. Okay. Right. Bolts are tight. Get that back on. Oh. Yeah. Done. Now, just got to put coolant in it, which I haven't mixed yet. So you can cut it. Okay, so I just went to put the drain petcock back in the radiator. O-ring broke, so I had to get out in the truck anyway. We'll grab some an O-ring. I don't know if that's metric or not. That radiator is probably an eBay special, so we know where that stuff comes from. Sure, that looks good. So today it's SAE. All right, I'm gonna get this back on the truck and then start filling it with coolant. Okay, now we fixed the O-ring. I got the petcock back in the radiator, so we're ready to fill it up. I buy the concentrate because it's cheaper in the long run when you mix it yourself, and you just buy the ready to pour one. So use distilled water. Always use distilled. Mineral water is going to have minerals and stuff that's going to build up in there and cause sediment inside your radiator, your cooling system. You don't want all that. You want to use distilled water, not hose water from the garden hose. Anything but the garden hose water. So this is my high-tech mixing jug. We're going to put approximately half a gallon in here. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've already diluted this. Let's take maybe, let's compare colors. About this one. It sounds different. Certainly smells different. It moves different. So that's already this is already diluted. So we're just gonna pour all this in, and then I'll show you on the next jug. All right, went ahead and poured what was already mixed in this jug into the truck, some of it. So now I can write pre-mixed on here, so that doesn't happen again. Now we have full concentrate. We'll fill this halfway up, and then we'll use the distilled water to top off both jugs, and then we'll have 2 gallons of 50-50 mix. You can mix different ratios depending on your needs. If you go like a 60-40 mix with more antifreeze than water, it will lower the freezing point even further. And there's a little chart on the back of the bottle here that'll tell you your protection. Right here. See? So that looks half-ish, maybe a little bit more. We're not going for perfection. So this is distilled water. We'll just top both jugs off. We're going 50-50. I think that protects it down to negative 20 or something. That'll be good for my brother. Okay. Boom. And now I have another mixing jug for later. Mixed. Okay. So a 50-50 mix is going to protect you down to negative 34. The coldest we've had this season so far is negative 9, so I think 50-50 is going to be just fine for him. Also, the boil over protection is 265. So now I've already put, I don't know, a gallon and a quarter in here. Just going to top this off, and then we'll start the engine and let it warm up till the thermostat opens, and then burp all the air out of it. And then we may just pull the rear drive shaft so that we can get back to this later and get the new U-joints put in it. We're really running out of time. Okay. So get all these out of here. All right, we'll go ahead and start it up. If you can hear me, I don't know if this audio is going to be usable. But while it's running, the reason we have to do this is because the thermostat right now is shut. So it's preventing coolant from flowing everywhere it needs to. So we probably, after we drain this, we have air bubbles still in the engine. So we're going to get it idle until it's up to operating temperature. The thermostat should open, and it's going to start forcing all that coolant through, and we should be burping bubbles out of here. We're going to keep filling it till we're up to the top. Top off the overflow reservoir, and then probably take it to town tonight. See how it does with real coolant and a better thermostat in there. See how it's getting dirtier? It's starting to circulate. We're up to about 120. Is this still on? We're up to about 120 degrees, so it's getting up there. Got a little ways to go. Keep letting it idle. It's gonna push a bunch out, and then it's gonna burp and go down. That's where we're gonna pour in probably another half a gallon. Right now, we've got it draining into a drain pan underneath the truck. Don't let your dog lick this stuff up. Apparently, it tastes good to them, but it's bitter to us. But it will kill them. I guess don't let your cat lick it up either if you have a shop cat. Same effect. Yeah, you can see the color's changing. It's losing that fancy shiny green and get a little bit of brown and rust mixed in there, so it's moving through. I just turned the heater on so that if there's a heater diverter valve in there, anyway, I opened it up. So that's why the level dropped. We're about 160 degrees now, 170. So the thermostat should be opening pretty soon. But I like that it drains some of this out because it's the more new, fresh fluid we can get in here, the better. All right, there it is. Thermostat's got to be open now because the level just dropped. So we're going to keep filling it, cap it, and go. We finished changing the thermostat. We don't have any leaks. The petcock is sealed with a new O-ring. We've got it full of new fluid, mostly burped out. For the 900th time today, I got to leave this and head to town, run some errands. So we'll get back. We'll change the U-joints, and we can finally get this thing on the road and see if it's cooling a little bit better. But baby steps, we'll get it done. Well, I'm trying to get the circ clip out of here. There's the new ones, but they're seized in and they're just breaking in pieces. So that's how it's supposed to come out. Not like that. This is a ball joint press, but I'm going to try to use it to press this U-joint through. I don't like hitting these U-joints with a hammer. Well, the new ones at least. The old ones, it doesn't matter because it's coming out, but you can damage the yoke ear here by slamming it around with a hammer. So we'll try this first. Okay. There it is. Safety glasses. Tap it. Why am I here? What am I doing? That did it. It's broken free now. Okay, that's all the way. All right, now bring back the fancy pliers, you know. Of course, it's not going to work. All right, at least got the rest of that clip out. That's good news. I hate this Jeep. Oh.
The other way.
Mm-hmm. So, the good news is there's only 7 U-joints on this vehicle. Well, it's been a long couple of days. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film everything that got done. My brother's here now. The rear U-joints, good. Front drive shaft was bad, so we went ahead and rebuilt that. Went ahead and put new U-joints in the front axle. Then went ahead and tore the steering apart. Fixed the geometry in the steering, lubed everything up really well. It's actually, everything's much better now. We put grease on every grease fitting we could.
Including everything on the sway bar with new bushings, because that was a lot of the rattling noise that was happening in the front end. So that's all quieted down now.
The thermostat fix was good. The temperature's super steady. The fans are working great. I did have to change the wiring on the fan. It's no longer on a switch. We've got one of these fans just, it comes on with the key now. We're just anytime the key's on, the engine's running, this fan is running, and then these two fans are controlled by the computer as they would be from the factory.
A lot of little, just small nitpicky stuff. I got a battery strap now. The front
secure.
The front pump wasn't working for my wiper, so that's working. I threw in a harness for the hitch, so now I have trailer lights. Did an oil change, cleaned the air filter, checked on everything.
All the lights work. There's no more wiring here that's a fire hazard, and that's the important thing. All the U-joints were in pretty sad shape, so basically this thing should be good to get to the front range tomorrow. He's leaving in the morning, like an 8-hour drive or so through the mountains with a trailer. So
I got no choice, really, because I started a new job in like 2 days, so I got to get there.
Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. After this gets out, we're going to roll the K20 work truck back into the garage and jump back on that. So, see you next time. I think we're right there. I know, but I figured you'd want to film like all right, we're going to stop today. Yeah, we're stopping for the 900th time. Yeah. But baby steps, little by little, we're getting done. I think your outro should be that, exactly. Little by little. We're stopping for the 900th time. My feet are wet. It's still a blizzard. Oh, the check engine lights went away. That's exciting. Drove into town and the light just turned off on its own. That's always good. Like a trilobite floating in there or something. You see it? Watch your eyes. Okay, well, that's pretty much worst case scenario. Let's try the other side. God, my brother picked a wonderful specimen. Tired of this goddamn Jeep. Try to do it right. Oh, let's use the press. Let's use the right tools. Thank you for watching. If you want to keep up with us between episodes, my mobile... God damn. Thank you for watching. If you want to keep up between episodes, you can see...
Okay. If you want to keep up between episodes, go ahead and give us a follow. What?
Thanks for watching. My brother did a great job getting my Jeep ready. Hopefully it makes it back. If you want to keep up in between episodes, go ahead and give him a follow on High Country Mobile Auto Repair on Instagram. It's going to be linked down below. There he'll post all kinds of tidbits of everything he's working on. So hope to see you there, and we'll catch you on the next one.